Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and in today's episode we're going to talk about the launch of KTM and Tech3's bikes today. Now, it doesn't really seem that the colours or the bikes have changed too much, and being very honest, I don't think they're going to put out their new bike to the whole world a couple of days ahead of the test. I think when the shutters come up, I think we will really notice the differences in the new bikes rather than last year's bikes. And it makes sense, being honest, but it's good to see all of the riders there. Oliveira and Binder again. As I said before, they have up and coming contenders now to worry about, who are hungry for their seats. Now the bikes across the plane are all the same. They are full factory bikes. I bet there is different teams, but I think the young contenders coming up with Gardner and Fernandez, I think, are definitely going to keep the main factory team boys on their toes this time. Speaking about the up and coming contenders, we all know that Gardner had a crash recently and snapped his wrist, so he's going to be under pressure for the testing, and maybe at the start of the season. But the Gardner Fernandez teammates are definitely going to be one of the more interesting ones, I believe, next year. Personally, as a racer myself, if I was beaten by a teammate the year before, it would make me much more hungrier the next year, maybe a little bit desperate. So I think you could see a little bit of dirty moves coming between the two of them, and maybe some friction starting. I don't know, but I would genuinely think it is going to be a tough year for them both, but I think it's going to be quite an aggressive one if they come close to each other on the track. I think they will definitely really want to force and build against each other. Now, overall last year, KTM, they did take a couple of wins, which was good for them. Do you know what I mean? They are a strong bike. The trellis frame or the frame, I'm not really sure. Is it able to handle the horsepower that is being put through it? They are one of the only teams in the MotoGP paddock that run WP suspensions, which is a little bit different on the works team. So it will definitely be interesting to see, can they start dialing it in, getting that chassis turning and making sure it's not over flexing, I suppose, as much, and then realistically going after it. They are an incredible, in my view, KTM have come on so much since the day they started. You know what I mean? It's not easy for a manufacturer to come into MotoGP and get to the level where they're at a very early stage, in my view. Kawasaki were always quite far behind if you look at it, and they were in the sport for years. So I think it's definitely something they should be proud of. They do have very good riders. They have very good riders also coming up. So I think all in all, the future looks great for them, but I think, I'm still not sure how they're going to perform. Maybe they might take the odd win and that, but they really have to conquer the consistency and the setup of the bike. And if that's not there this year, you can have all the bright colors, you can have all the sponsorship and all the money that you want in the world, but if you can't consistently set up a bike, or the bike is very difficult to set up, I think it's definitely something that's going to be a problem for you. But again, let's wait and see. Testing is around the corner next week. It'll be a good indication to see where they are, what they've improved. We can't really expect too much out of the rookies, but let's see what happens on the first day of the test. So that's it for today. Hope you liked the video and the content. Always open to have a chat in the comments. Always love to interact with you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again in tomorrow's video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy MotoGP together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.